is because it was the only way to have anyone testify about the allegations that were at issue. So I said it kind of plainly in the email last night, and I'll say it plainly again. I think that if we subpoena either of the children, we lose this case. Now, it's a risk. It's a substantial risk. If you have decided that you are ready, that you want to take that risk, I cannot tell you that I will not do it. But what I am telling you is that it is my strong recommendation that we do not bring either of the kids to court.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying, Erin, mm-hmm. And I guess my only comeback is the risk to me is the fact that if we don't bring those kids in there to one, establish that they've been told not to speak, they've been told that there will be consequences if they talk, that they've been told don't talk to daddy about certain things that go on in their house. Mm-hmm. That my kids have been threatened. They've been hit. Mm-hmm. My son has been hit multiple times. Mm-hmm. And what you guys see in the YouTube channel is just that's years ago, but it's still happening right now. And the sickening part about this is that these things were told to Angela Morehouse. Mm-hmm. This is all told to her. Mm-hmm. So I guess my question is, and I mean you too, Brett, if we don't have the kids in there to pretty much establish that what Angela Morehouse is going to try to do now is go into court and this was about me attacking Joe first. That's why my kids were taken away. Now it's going to be about me manipulating my children. Mm-hmm. So how do we say, hey, Your Honor, this isn't going to happen because I myself, Ramon Harris, I'm going to get a notarized letter saying that if these children talk to the judge, I have no problem giving up my parental rights that same day.
Well, that's going a little far, and you're not going to want to do that. And even if you did want to do that, it's a much longer process than just getting a notarized letter.
Yeah, Mr. Harris, that's a stunt that's not going to work. Now, we've talked about, and I don't think I've gotten a chance to tell Erin, so I want to get her up to speed right now about what Angela said in the last hearing.
Please do. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
So, because that, I think, can inform what we can do from here. And, again, the risk right now is if we called your children or subpoenaed them as witnesses for this hearing, the judge would not look on it kindly. We're many steps ahead of being able to do that in an effective way will actually allow your children to get protected, okay? But let me explain to Erin what happened, and then we can all put our heads together on what we can do.
Okay.
So Angela came to court, and she did a motion to quash the subpoenas based off of father not having leave of court to be able to ask for it. Mm-hmm. There was information I received from Mr. Harris that is completely reliable that showed that he did ask for leave of court, did inform Judge Barrett about it, and Judge Barrett kind of glossed over it. Mm-hmm. Okay? There's no note in the file from Judge Barrett saying that I give him leave of court to file for the protective order or anything else like that. So the substitute judge, her first name starts with an M, but she substitutes for Judge Barrett on a regular basis. She basically said, I'm going to agree with the guardian ad litem, but she asked Angela whether or not she had talked to the children about the allegations. Angela said she had. She then said, is there any basis to them? And she goes, I believe if they were called to testify, they would not be able to establish anything that would allow them to have a protective order, so there is no basis. And this is what she represented to the court. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, she couched it, and Mr. Harris, you have to understand this. She couched this in terms of saying she didn't say there was never any abuse, there was never a hit, there was never any touching, anything else like that. Uh-huh. What she said is that specifically she had talked to the children and investigated. Investigated is a key word that she used. And that there wasn't a basis for a protective order, and their testimony wouldn't establish one that should issue. So if the children, in talking to you or your mom or any other family member or anyone else, say they talked to her and they told her they were hit and that they were scared or anything else like that, that directly contradicts a representation she made to a juvenile and district court judge.
Yes.
Okay? Mm-hmm. That can be the start of calling into question her role in the case and potentially having her replaced, removed, or whatever. But you have to understand, if she was cagey about the words she used in court. So it's not a slam dunk if your kid said, we talked to her. That's not an aha moment. She said she talked to them. If the kids say, we told her something bad happened, that's not an aha moment. We still don't have it, okay? If the kids tell you what they told the police officer, and you get that recorded, then we may be in a situation where if they told that to her and not some other version, and they're willing to say that on a recording, that they told Angela, not a police officer, but Angela, this is what happened, and she ignored it, then there may be a basis to come to court on a motion to remove her. Okay? But you have to understand, we can't fill in any gaps here. It has to be a Venn diagram that's a circle and completely overlapping. There can't be any room for error for this to work. You understand that?
Okay.
I'm listening, so I'm trying to understand right now. So we're going to go to court, and my kids are 10 and 8 years of age, right? We're going to go to court knowing that Angela Morehouse is going to pretty much go in and just continue to demolish my character as a father, continue to demolish my kids' words of what they said. And we're going to rely solely off of Erin saying, I'm a good dad. Is that it? That's what we're going to do? And I need to see my kids. That's what we're going to do?
No, that's not the sole factor that we're relying on. We're going to go through the custody factors. I mean, we went over them a lot in our preparation for the circuit court case, and we're not presenting the same evidence because we're looking at just kind of a different point we're looking at a different point in time here as our starting point, and we're looking at a different form of relief. Like in circuit court, it was very much an all or nothing proposition. This is not that. There's a lot of gray areas where we can do better than what you have.
Visitation.
Yeah, visitation.
So, yeah, Mr. Harris, there's a big difference between the two. The one is basically who gets to control legal decisions regarding the children. The other one is what's in the best interest of the children and who they get to see so they develop and grow properly. Okay? And we're not saying that the first decision, the custody decision, can never be revisited. But you have to understand that, again, going off premature here will mean that you are going to be less able to raise the kind of good case you want to be able to raise later if you have an opportunity to raise it. So if Erin does something like in her judgment that would backfire, like trying to call the kids at this stage, not saying she's never going to do it, but what she is saying to you, and I agree with her here, if you do it right now, you're not going to get the result you want. I can almost guarantee that based on my experience, and I'm not even a family law attorney. But I know enough of them, and I've seen enough of this to know that at this stage, you have to go in not with, I think when I told you this analogy before, Mr. Harris, you can't lead with jabs. It has to be a haymaker. So until you're ready to make that swing, and we're not ready to make that swing yet because we don't have what we need yet, we have to save that punch.
Okay,
I guess my only thing here is, if I may, so my son is 10 years old. He's asking, I'm his dad. When are we going to move back? Dad, I'm ready to leave. I'm tired. My son talks about killing animals. My son talks about killing Tyree Carr. So is that going to be asked to me as to like the factor of like? So that's what I'm kind of like wondering. Like, what exactly is going on?
Okay, well, this is not that case. Like, you know, like I said, this is not a custody case. This is not with whom the children reside primarily. This is not who gets to make the decisions for them. This is just talking about time sharing. And like I said,
we can't bring up nothing what these kids are going through right now, what they're experiencing.
No, we absolutely can bring it up. I'm just saying that when it comes to your custodial time with the children, a judge can give you more and is more likely to give you more if we do not subpoena them at this time. Okay. Because, again, we're just talking about custodial time. And with the current circumstances, we're not, I don't think that a 50-50 schedule at this time is realistic anyway. Just given that, these are school-aged children, they need to live near where they go to school. You do not live in that school district. Now, we're going to talk about what that time means, but primarily what we're going for at this stage, when we're talking about visitation and not custody, because it's not a custody hearing, it's just a visitation hearing. We're looking at expanded weekends. We're looking at overnights on weekends. We're looking at holiday time. We're looking at summertime. We're looking at time during the week when you can pick kids up and, take them out for dinner or take them shopping or whatever you want to do. Now, we want to ask the court to maximize that time as much as possible, but that's what we're looking at for purposes of a visitation hearing.
Okay. Can I interject something?
Of course.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what both of you are saying. I hear what Ramon is saying. And I hear the desperation in Ramon, okay? But hear me out, please, Ramon. This is a different time, and I understand that timing is everything. When you don't swing at the right time, you can strike totally out. And because we've moved on emotion, we've got to move strategically. And I hear what Brett is saying. You got to set this thing up so that we bait the trap. And I'm not trying to hurt anybody, but the trap has to be baited just right. So what we got to do is basically go into the hearing this coming Tuesday, and we're looking for more time with the children. That time, the children are going to open up more because they're going to feel safer. I hear the conversations with Ramon. I hear what he's saying. I just want to kill. I want to do this. Why do you want to kill? Because I'm just angry. I'm stressed. That hurts.
Hates Tyree Carr.
Okay.
He hates the man. My kids are being forced to do things that they don't want to do, that they shouldn't do.
Okay, but we still see that. I'm emotional too. These are my grandchildren, but we gotta do what the court is saying. And right now, we're going to court for visitation to get the weekends to stop going out spending an enormous amount of money when you could go home with your children, spend quality time with them, build on that relationship. This is a visitation hearing. What Brett is going to go back and do after we do this recording is going to be different. And we can always go back.
So guys, and Mr. Ernestine, I don't want to cut you off, but I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to get out of Brett's office because he only promised us a few minutes anyway, and I don't know what else he has to do today.
Okay.
But really, the only other thing that I want to go over with you all before the end of this call is for us to just go over a couple of housekeeping things so that we've got everything prepared for this next hearing. Okay.
Okay.
But I will be reviewing the protective order matter with Brett more thoroughly when he has time and I have time. And then we can just report back to you all or provide you all further communications on that when we have a chance, okay?
And just one last thing, Mr. Harris, just so you understand, this is not like the final shot that we have.
Right.
If we play our cards right, we will get more opportunities to do things in the right way, in the most effective way to protect your children. But if we go in and everything's not ready to launch off the pad and it blows up on the pad, you could lose the time that you need to put into place all the other things down the line that are really going to long-term protect your children and get you real custody. Okay?
I just want to leave this conversation with both of these attorneys saying that you guys know for a fact that what she's doing is wrong, and you're going to do everything possible to expose it.
Yes.
Because what she's doing right now, and I understand, I mean, you guys got legalities and all the, fancy mumble jumble talk, but at the end of the day, this woman has allowed this stuff to happen. She's allowed it to happen. She's continuing to allow it to happen because of the harm it can do to her career. And at the same time, my daughter's forced to talk to this man because he's already told her, if you don't talk to me, you don't go to rehearsal. You have a mom, I know you guys probably haven't watched the YouTube channel. You got a mom that puts a pedophile before her own children. All because so she can get her mortgage paid.
Hold on.
Erin, Brett said that he's going to give you the protective orders information for what Joe has said and what the pedophile has said. Tyree Carr said in court that my son is out of whack because of his situation and living there. He said that in court. Okay? So we got to understand something. When we go here for visitation, Angela Morehouse, I was locked up for 9 months for something I didn't do. This woman, you got the documentation. She said it throughout my appeal. Before I had due process, throughout his appeal.
Who is
Since then, every time we've gone to court, and it's got nothing to do with her protecting Sabrina. You know, initially that's what I was thinking. But you know what it is? At the end of the day, this stuff was told to her by Joe. Me and Joe told her the same exact thing we're saying. The kids are being threatened. Mom threatens the kids. Threatens them with retaliation. She knows this. There is no way that you guys can hear Angela Morehouse come back and recant and say, you know what, Your Honor, I made a mistake. The mom is in a bad situation. That's why, Erin, the 911 call is significant because this happened afterwards. This happened after the final order. Those police were called because of her daughter. The police were called because of her daughter. It wasn't because of my son, because of my daughter. It's because of her 12-year-old daughter saw this piece of shit. I'm sorry, excuse me, guys. Saw this piece of crap man choking their mom. And what does she do? She holds on to this man because she needs him to pay her mortgage.
Okay, so...
All right, so like I said, I just want to go over a couple of housekeeping things. And when it comes to the substantive issues, we will have time to discuss those further in detail. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to send out the subpoenas for the 2 police officers. Now, the police officer who was involved in the protective order, what office is he with? Is he Prince William County, Manassas City, or Manassas Park?
That's actually that's Police Officer McCarthy. It's a female, Erin, and I sent the information. I don't have it on me right now. I sent it to Brett.
Okay.
And he's got her information, and she even said that she's willing to come to court as long as you guys let her know in advance. And I myself asked her about the video. She says, all your attorney has to do is get the video, because the reason I'm saying about the video, because of Angela Morehouse. She's going to ask me, does she look at my kids are coach? The video was see. So Erin and Brett, something I didn't mention to you. When my daughter says he opened my room, I didn't even know about this. He opened my room when I was naked. He just stared at me. That was said to the police right there. I didn't even know about this. So they were opening up thinking that the cop is going to, hey, we with the police, they're going to protect us. So that was something brand spanking new. I didn't even know about that. So I do believe that the police officer is going to be significant. I believe that the video is going to actually shoot down Morehouse, because remember, she's going to try to do everything she can to destroy my credibility. Oh, I'm making the kids do this. But it's like what Brett said. If we can get these kids to talk to their grandmother the same way they talk to me, and which they do, yeah, we're going to take Brett's plan.
So that's number 1 is the subpoenas. Number 2. Now, Mr. Ernestine, this pertains to you. Would you like me to arrange for you to appear via telephone or WebEx, or are you going to be in Virginia next week?
I will be in Virginia next week on Monday. Monday or Tuesday? Yeah, I'll be there Monday.
Okay. No, that's quite all right. I just want to make sure that if the court needs requests for virtual or WebEx or phone appearance like 72 hours in advance of the hearing. Okay. So I just want to make sure that there wasn't anything that I should file in that regard before the end of the week. And last thing is I need to know when you all want to come in and prepare. And it's going to be a pretty long haul. So what's a day where you've got a lot of time?
Is it possible to do, Erin? I've missed a lot of days out of work, and I'm trying to pay you guys. So is it where we can do on a week, on a Saturday?
Absolutely. You want to come in this Saturday?
Yes, ma'am. That'll work for me.
All right. Saturday, what time?
You may have to work Saturday morning. I don't know.
Yeah, can we do like Saturday around like 4:00? Is that too late for you? I don't want to disturb your family.
No, that's quite all right. That's one of the advantages of being married to a lawyer is that we kind of understand these things.
I appreciate it, Erin. Thank you, and I appreciate you too, Brett. Thank you. I appreciate both of you guys.
All right. Well, I will get those subpoenas out, and I will see you Saturday at 4:00. All right.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we'll be there. Thank you.
Thank you,
All
Brett.
right. Have a good one.
Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye.
So...